Hello and welcome to the new and completely fictional seafood restaurant, Salmon Ella. I am the AI chef, Nilbrae Nactivity, and I will be assisting Jason getting delicious, crispy-skinned pork onto your plate. The vast majority of this is shot in real time, so the length of the video is pretty much the amount of time you need to invest into this process. It's about 10 minutes all told. Maybe 12 minutes if you take into account getting all the spices and utensils ready. There is a lot of other time where you are hopefully sipping a lovely cold Chardonnay, or maybe getting some sleep as the fridge or air fryer are doing their bit. As with all recipes that are not baking, you can use it as a guide. If you don't like Chinese 5-spice, skip it. If you prefer well-done pork, cook it a little longer. What I can tell you is that this exact recipe has worked perfectly 8 times in a row now, so the 5 basic steps: 1. Dry, punctured pork skin. 2. Vinegar and salt. Step 3 being 20 minutes at 200 degrees. Step 4. Clear off the salt. Then step 5. Another 10 minutes at 200 degrees. Following these steps really does work. We will cross now to the domestic kitchen and see where Jason is up to.
Right, these are the ingredients you will need to make crackly pork. Now first up, it's fairly simple. 1 teaspoon of 5-spice, 1 teaspoon of pink salt, 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. You don't have to get caught up on the measurements, just sort of kinda. That's about right. That's the 5-spice. Brown sugar, if you don't have brown sugar, any form of raw sugar is fine. What you probably don't want is white sugar because the flavour profile is not quite right. That's one of that. And last but not least, 1 pink salt. Any salt, doesn't have to be pink. There we go. You can throw some pepper in too if you like, but I don't think it makes a lot of difference, to be honest. And then you give that a bit of a mix. And that is going to be the flavour base for the bottom of our crispy pork. Just make sure, and again, you don't have to be exact about it. That's a bit lumpy and that'll do fine. Put that aside. Now the next thing we're going to do is take our pork. Now this is a very specific cut. Right? So it's crackling leg mini roast. It's not so much a specific cut, but it's a specific size and it works really well in an air fryer. If you don't have one like this in your local Woolworths or Coles, find something that's different shape, maybe cut it down and it'll work better. So anyway, that's next. Let's not call it a bit less common item that you will need. One of these, I'm not sure what it's called. It looks like a medieval torture device and it pokes holes in the pork skin. First up, pat your pork dry. Wet is the enemy, or water, is the enemy of crackling. Right, there's that bit. Now what we're going to do is put a squillion holes in it. So Woolworths has already been kind enough to put a slice in it. We're going to use these. Now you're not trying to puncture 5 inches down, you're just trying to puncture the skin. And that is it for that. So far it's not that complicated, is it? Next up, here's the complicated bit. Turn it over. Now, if you don't, and you don't actually have to do this bit, and don't break the skin, the strings, because they're handy, but put some scores in if you've got some room. 1/2 centimetre deep, if that. The idea being some of that mixture is going to get in there. And this is sort of how I like to do it. Spread that out a bit. None on the skin, just on the top and the sides, the bottom and the sides. Leave the skin to its own devices. Now, if there's a complicated bit, I find this next bit the complicated bit. What you're trying to do is make a little jacket for most of the pork. And I can never get the measurements right. So I find this the most difficult and frustrating part of the whole show. But the idea being is you line the skin up with the alfoil right at the edge, fold it over, fold it over, fold it down a bit. Now this bit, you just get the scissors, this off about here. That's all you're looking for. That then goes on your plate. And that goes in the fridge for 24 hours. 12 hours, overnight, whatever. Just like that. Leave it there overnight. Or look, at least 2 or 3 hours if you can. We'll come back tomorrow afternoon and do the rest.
Sorry to interrupt, but I think a couple of matters need clarifying. The white spiky stabber thing is traditionally called a tenderizer. A slightly larger version of it is called a jacquard or jacquard. Jason actually owns a jacquard. It is presently in a shipping container on Port Wakefield Road in Burton. Anyway, that's one thing. The second, and probably more important one, is that there was a 48-hour gap between putting the pork in the fridge and cooking it. That does not hurt the pork, and in fact, may well help the crisping process. That said, it may result in a slightly darker crackling than you would usually find. Back to Jason now.
And then onto Mawson's Lake Boulevard. Dave's done. Why are you gone?
I'm not just trying to get things done.
Yeah. Yeah. That melts what I do. by night and works by day. And so he's got to use the salt. He was a bit. He was, I can't believe it. But she's got to use the okay. I said, well, you know, I should have known it. And the thing is, I didn't ask them, they came and approached me for it. Because even that's disgusting.
God, fuck me, my eyes are bad.
So this weekend I'm going to pack our suitcase. Then we're on road trip.
And try this bit. There we go.
One last interruption, if I may. Please, for the love of all that is holy, let your pork rest. 10 minutes will do. And if you are smart, you would have a parboiled serving of Brussels sprouts ready to throw into an oven, preheated to 180 degrees, whilst you reuse the sprouts water to cook off some beans. If the pork skin is crispy, the 10 minutes won't change that, and if the skin is not crispy at this stage, nothing will save it anyway. Might as well get some tender, juicy pork on your fork. Also, I should point out that the restaurant name intentionally plays on salmonella food poisoning. We figured that given this restaurant is a figment of Jason's imagination, as am I, the name was unlikely to put off any customers. That said, if Jason ever wins Powerball, maybe, just maybe,